my name is Analyticalplum and welcome back to my channel. On the topic of social media lately, I have been seeing people go absolutely rabid over specific cups. And I am not entirely sure why. I don't know if these straws are laced with some sort of drug. Little sprinkle of the
illegal substance.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, if you're not picking up on it, I'm talking about the Stanley Cups. They are everywhere all over my social media. I don't see it much in stores really. I see like £5-ish ones in home bargains, but yeah, it's mainly on social media, so it might be more of an American thing. But people are obsessed with Stanley Cups. It's basically just a reusable water bottle. You know those really cool water bottles you got? I used to have one from Disney and it was like all glitter in the sides, had a cool straw in it. It's essentially that, but for adults. So it has a nice handle, it's got a really interesting shape to it, and it has a nice straw. Now, I'm not quite sure why people are obsessed, so I'm going to take a look at a few TikToks today. But of course, before we begin, please do subscribe if you are new here. I post 2 times a week, but don't hold me to that. And if you end up liking this video, I'd love if you like this video. Without further ado, let's take a look at some of these TikToks. So the first TikTok I'm going to be showing you is this lady, and she's showing off her extensive collection of these Stanley Cups. See, I'm a bit confused because isn't the whole point of Stanley Cups is that it's recyclable? Well, not recyclable. Is it recyclable? I have no idea, but it's reusable. That's the word I'm looking for. It's meant to be a reusable and environmentally better drinking source. You know, it reduces waste. If you want to have a drink, you just put it in this cup. I think it's meant to be like a thermo cup, although I'm not completely sure. I honestly have no idea what a Stanley Cup is. I am the best YouTuber ever. But yes, back to the TikTok. This lady wants to show me her collection. Yeah, not much more to say. Let's take a look at how many she's got. That's a cute colour.
One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
13, 14, 15, 16. She has 16 of these cups. There are a couple more in the back I didn't originally see at first. They were kind of camouflaged. If you know, there's a soft beige one at the back and like a pastel-y pink, and it kind of blended in, so I didn't think it was as bad. I don't want to say negative words because I'm not a negative person. Well, at least not to other people. But I'm trying to be not judgy. What did I say? 16. She has 16. I don't even know how you could use that many cups. You gotta have octopus arms and then have a Stanley Cup in each arm. I don't even know that many drink options. You'd have a juice, maybe a tea, maybe a coffee. Coffee's disgusting, but maybe you like coffee. Maybe fizzy drinks. I don't know. I suppose though, in the grand scheme of things, you can't say anything if you're a mug collector, which I am. I have a whole box of my mugs upstairs in the loft because there's just no space where I'm at the moment. But let's pretend I'm not a mug hoarder, okay? I'm not a mug collector. What's going on? I feel like this is a similar issue with my previous video I did about the Sephora kids. Seeing other people online, seeing what they've got and wanting one for your own. It kind of reminds me in a way of Funko Pops when they were a big thing. A new design would come out, so you'd want that design. I suppose people also used it to accessorize their outfits, which props to you, but it's a lot. I don't even know how much these cups are. Let me check how much they are. I don't even know if they sell them over here, to be honest. That's £45 for a cup. I spent less money investing in reusable period things. What the hell? I mean, a hobby's a hobby. I wasn't expecting it to cost that much. Let me do some quick math. So, she had 16 cups, right? You're kidding. Okay, there are 16 of those cups. Each cup costs around 45-ish. So we're gonna go off that as the base price. 720. £720. And that's in pounds, by the way, not even in dollars. And dollars is higher, so that, what would you say, maybe like $800 for 16 cups? I'm really conscious of that. I'm telling you, I don't think it's worth it. Let's move on, shall we? This next TikTok I'm going to be showing you is kind of similar to the first one. Now, this TikToker is deciding to film herself washing her Stanley Cup collection. Let's see how she does it, shall we? See, that's mad to me. You can literally build a fort with the amount of cups that she has. Now, imagine if Pitch Perfect came out during the time that Stanley Cups were. All the people doing the cup song with the Stanley Cups. At least you'd have a whole chorus of sounds. Who would pay to go see a Stanley Cup song rendition? I would love to hear that. And if you can't do the cup song routine, if you didn't learn it, then you can use a straw and the cup is a triangle, you know? You see, the thing is, I'm flabbergasted, but then it's like this sort of, I'd say obsession / addiction, but is it really? It's present through quite a few different themes, I guess I'd say. So you'd see it with the cups, and as I said, Funko Pops. There are people, I'm not wink nudging my fiance who has loads, but there are people who have loads of Funko Pops, and like with makeup and skincare, and clothes, you see loads of people just buying a lot of these things. And I suppose, I'm not sure the durability of a Stanley Cup. Maybe it lasts for centuries and decades. They're the new fossils. We'll be burning Stanley Cups to generate our houses. They may last quite a long time, and compared to makeup and skincare who have a limited time, at least you can use it, maybe. I'm not completely sure. There are a lot of people on social media who just have a big spend for that dopamine hit, and it's just storage you don't really want to use up, I think. This next TikTok I'm going to be showing you is showing the original poster. It's their journey to camp to try and acquire a new, I think it's limited edition, I'd assume so, Valentine's Stanley Cup. I'm not quite sure what makes it a Valentine's Stanley Cup other than it's pink, but I suppose, you know, the heart wants what the heart wants. I can't believe it. Obviously, you don't know if that line is just for Stanley Cups. But then there are a lot of resellers who will sell it for expensive amounts of money. That's mad. That was literally the Hunger Games just for a cup. As I said before, I'm not quite sure about Stanley Cups. It's not really a big thing. Or I don't think. I don't know. I don't see it as much as a big thing where I'm from. So I don't understand waiting and literally fighting people just for a cup. So I am a bit confused. That's my main emotion. I'm just confused. They're literally fighting like it's the Hunger Games. They're rushing to get this Stanley Cup like it's a bow and arrow that's going to save their lives. This last TikTok links to the TikTok I just showed you. So it is still that Valentine's Cup. But this is the literal main battle. This is the dystopianness of these Stanley Cups. The paper was already trying to fly itself away to get away from all these people. You see that poor child that somebody's probably dragged them along, and they have no idea what's going on. Look at him. Oh, at least they got one in the end. Do you think they were promised a bit of chocolate if they got a cup? It's mad. It just reminds me of a group of piranhas. That this is the ocean and you've dropped in a bunch of feet. a bunch of meat, and the piranhas just swam to it and they're just like, yeah. And that's the bare bones left of this. So those were all the TikToks I had today of these Stanley Cups. I'm just confused. I don't know why these cups are like viewed as if they're Greek weapons that they've wielded, and it's such a thing that people have to obtain. But I suppose, you know, it's kind of like an addiction to some people. Spending money is actually an addictive thing, as you've probably experienced yourselves. And I can sit here and be like, why would you pay for that? Why would you do that? But it's just not my cup of tea, but it may be other people's cup of teas. It is nowhere near as harmful as the Sephora kids buying retinol products for the skin. That's harmful. I don't think there's much of a problem of people having a whole collection of Stanley Cups other than hoarding. There's a big hoarding issue. Just let people live their lives, I guess. If they get happy over a cup, then they get happy over a cup. I get happy when I see certain things, you know, that people would think you're absolutely insane, but it's just what people like, isn't it? I think that's all from me. Quick disclaimer, this was all just for entertainment purposes, so we do not attack or insult people on this channel. This was all made out of love. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.